Did I see you post, could be wrong, that you made 20 bands last month?
$22,443 left.
Barack.
Yeah.
Congrats. Was that your best month so far?
Best month ever.
Hey, how'd you do it? Notary turned fingerprinter extraordinaire. The great Gene. What's up, Gene?
I'm good, my brother. How are you?
Good, doing great, doing great. Great to see you. Probably top 5 most successful proteges ever. Gene, tell the people how you make money.
I am a fingerprinter. I run a fingerprinting and notary business in the DMV area. To be honest, it's about to just be a fingerprinting and apostille business. It's anytime somebody asks me to stamp something, I'm like, go somewhere else. I hate it. I honestly hate it.
Talk about it.
I'm probably gonna change the none.
Be big on loan close.
I was a loan signing agent first and a fingerprinter second. Yeah.
That was your bag. So how many years have we known each other for? 6 years? Has it been that long? 2018.
Yeah, 7 years.
You were in the armed forces. You left. Have you been a full-time entrepreneur ever since you left the armed forces?
No, I had gotten out of the Navy in 2018, early 2018. And then afterwards, I had like all these plans when I got out. And like plan A through Z, like all failed. Like every single one of them fell flat on their face. People were like, I have jobs for you. It didn't work out. I was working for a property manager for like a couple months. Caught that too with me one time, and I was like, oh yeah. Then I tried doing door-to-door sales. I sucked horribly. And then I found this. So I've been a entrepreneur in a quick time.
All right. So tell us your favorite services to your least favorite services and why.
My favorite service is fingerprinting. I'm obviously biased because that's how I make all my money, but it's definitely fingerprinting is my favorite. Yep. Ink or live scan, either or. As long as it's fair, I will do it. Like I like.
Let's pause there. Ink versus live, pros and cons of each, the money in each.
You actually make around the same, to be honest, per person. Because usually for ink fingerprints, one person would need 2 cards, and that's typically around $65. But there's no, like, once you have your supplies, it's pretty much all profit after your first appointment. But with live scan fingerprinting, I charge $95 a person, but you have to pay the FBI per person, and they charge $30 to $35. So you're still making around the same $60 per person.
Okay. Now, do you charge per card or just per person?
For fingerprint cards, I charge per card. So like the first card is $50, and the second card or any more after the first card, they're all $15. People typically need 2, but sometimes people need like 12.
All right. Now, do you still travel to people or do they go to your office?
People usually come here. They'll usually come here, but I do give them the choice. It's like, I can come to you or you can come here, but I make the travel fee like steep because I actually don't want to.
You like to go to your office?
So, right, I get to chill here all day.
You got a good routine going. You got a routine going. What is an FBI background check, and should more notaries be involved in that whole process?
An FBI background check is pretty much like they just run your record. If you've ever been booked, it'll pop up pretty much.
Okay.
Ever fingerprinted you, it'll pop up. And the reason like that's important is like you can go somewhere and lie about your name, lie about your social, and not lie about your fingerprints. So that is why an FBI background check is important. Should more notaries be doing it? Yeah, it is. So it is one of the most unsaturated things, and there's a moat around it. It's not like ease of entry. Like anybody could do ink, but you really got to be serious to get that machine.
What's it called? 8 bands, 10 bands?
8 at least. 8
at least.
Yeah, I got swindled from my first one.
Whoa.
Yeah, and they charged me $15,000, and I'm thinking it cost that. But I was so up on loan signings at the time. I was like,
you didn't mind spending it.
I curse on you? But yeah, I was like, fuck it, I'll buy that. Yeah, so I paid for it, and then it was actually like a huge scandal. Like you probably used to see them, like fingerprinting classes or fingerprint.
Well, that was then.
It got bad, so they had all these people. Then people started talking to each other, like, "What did you pay for your machine?" And somebody was like, "Well, I paid 7." And somebody else was like, "I paid 15." And somebody else was like, "I paid 20." So it became like a big thing, and then they were like getting sued because like Print Scan, I think is the company, was like, "You can't use our likeness no more." Don't quote me, but eventually, like they had they're like a thing, allegedly. And they were running people's marketing. They're like, we'll do your Google My Business. We'll do your website. We'll do everything. But when they got like sued, they fell off the face of the earth. People's businesses went away with them. It was bad.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting stuff. All right. Why did you leave loan closing and pursue fingerprinting on a more serious basis?
Honestly, it was like a risk I was willing to take at the time. And I did get a little bit arrogant around like 2020, 2022, 2023, when it was
Things
like,
were hot.
yeah, when anybody coming into loans brand new can make 10,000. So I was making so much money, and I was talking to like my directs. I was like, I'm your number one signing agent, right? Like you wouldn't go to somebody else. And they're like, no, you're like our number one. And for sure I was. But when everything dried up, title companies started doing their own loans. It wasn't enough business to keep me as busy. I got used to a certain lifestyle, and then it was like the money was funny. And I was like, something's got to shake because loans is not it right now.
Loans are cool. Loan closings are cool and they're popular, but you got to print 100, 200 pages. You got to wait to get paid. That for me, that was that. I got to wait to get paid. And everything else I paid up front. So
Yeah. But since the Moles was like my first love, I was like, nah, I don't need the money up front. Da, 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 da.
yeah, but because you always had it coming in from
Yeah, because like once you get the ball rolling, the checks are coming in when they're coming in. Like pretty much weekly, you're probably getting something.
and loan closings are based upon the rates and what's going on in the housing market. For the fingerprinting, it's up.
Yeah.
Did I see you post? Could be wrong. That you made 20 bands last month.
$22,443 left.
Rock. Yeah. Congrats. Was that your best month so far?
Best month ever.
Congrats. How'd you do it?
Time in the game, honestly, is just clients from last year were also clients this year. But August is always a big month for fingerprinting just because you need a background check if you work with kids in any capacity. So school is to start in August. So it's August my biggest month. Like last year was the first time I hit 10 bands fingerprinting only in August. And it was like 10.8 maybe. And then this year, that same client plus other schools, plus other clients I've built over that time. So everything kind of boomed in August. Plus, the president has made fingerprinting very popular.
Okay. It's up with the fingerprinting.
That extorting is the move at the moment.
That makes total sense. So how did you feel making 22 bands in a month? Just like on an emotional level.
I was hyped because I was really thinking I was going to make around 17. And I knew probably like 2 months prior, like they're like, we're going to need you around August. So I'm thinking I'm going to make 17,000. And the biggest I made before that was probably like 13. So I'm like, yes, it's going to be my biggest month ever. So to eclipse 17 while still never working a 40-hour work week was like mind blowing for me. I honestly struggle to eat money the same, but you're on like such a high where it's like the come down is a little bit shaky.
Yeah. It's tough to go down in life.
Yeah.
It's tough. It is tough. All right.
It's like, I know I'm not gonna make 20 every month, but it's hard to see the other really good months the same because you just want to beat 20 again.
So you're in the DMV area. I don't know if you say publicly where you live. I don't know if you.
I live in.
You live in DC. Okay. And I know that. You used to live in Maryland.
Maryland. I lived in PG County, born and raised.
Okay. What made you move to DC?
It was closer to the Department of State. Maryland's business rules I don't love. Maryland really hits you upside the head for it. And then DC is just in the middle of both Virginia and Maryland. So being able to bounce between the tri-state area is good for me business-wise.
Okay. Now, why do the FBI side of the live scan fingerprints, why does that have to be done in DC? Is there any other state that it could be processed in, or is it only DC?
You can do FBI background checks wherever you are, as long as you have your live scan machine or fingerprint cards.
Okay.
The apostilles for FBI background checks.
Apostille.
Cannot get an FBI background check apostilled at like the state level. It's a You have to get it done in DC, which makes me very convenient.
Okay, so it's the trifecta.
No, yeah, that is the play right now because of who the president is. So like once he got so many people are leaving the country, but to get dual citizenship somewhere else, you need an FBI background check. But you also need that background check apostilled, or those other states won't. Those other countries won't take you. So everybody's going to like Spain, Portugal, and those are like the big three. Okay. But all three of them, you need an FBI background check, so they pay me, and you need apostilled, so they also pay me. But you can only get it apostilled in DC, so people around the country will still pay walk it in. Yeah. So and then what do you in the country need a background check to stay in the country?
That makes total sense. So what do you charge? So if I need 3 documents, then I need the live scan and the apostilles for Spain. What am I looking at?
So for the live scan, it's $95. They could get it with just fingerprint cards for cheaper, but a lot of people don't know they need it until like last minute. So they want it pretty quick. And a lot of times people would get their background check while they're still sitting directly in front of me. So they're really attracted to the live scan direct channeling. So $95 for that. And then if it's a notary that I know, I charge $120 for the apostille. But if it's somebody that's just like a regular customer, it's like $150 or more to apostille that. So it's like $245 for just a regular person to get a background check and an apostille.
Sweet. Question for you. What do you prefer? Do you prefer the service business or the education business?
I'm probably unpopular opinion. I almost hate it. I almost hate education. I'm very like I'm so invested in the person who takes the course or the person who goes up
You
the
feel that way
code
too.
that if they don't see results, it actually bothers me. Like I get
Okay.
too invested.
So I heard you say that the coaching can be it can affect you because if your students don't follow through, you take it personal. It's the empath. And I said,
Yeah.
other people felt that too. I thought it was just me.
No, yeah, no, I have that bad. Like I don't do one-on-one coaching too much because I
Because of that.
yeah, like I'll do the course, I'll do
Mhm.
the talk to you on my own time, I'll do the community where we all help each other. That I like. I feel like I like making an impact that way. But like one-on-one coaching, I don't know if you've personally had this experience, but it's like someone will come on, we talk about it, and it almost becomes we slowly teeter into like, here's their excuse, and then here is the why I can't do it. And then I'm like, okay, yeah, but there's this, and they're like, no, 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 no. I can't do it because of this. And it's like you paid me, so I'm so invested in your thing.
Just
Yeah.
literally stuff. I shut it down for a while because of that, because it had literally bothered, literally affected me. And I'm like, yo, like what is going on here? And on the opposite, there's the higher the reward for people like you. And then there's the low of the person who's never acted on it, who's taken 3 classes.
Yeah.
What is going on there? So I feel you on that. I feel you. So let me ask you this: what separates the people? I think it's like 3 to 5 things. The 500 person a month, 500, 800 person a month, to the 10K plus a month notary entrepreneur. What's the difference?
It'll sound cliche, but a mindset issue is a usually there.
Yeah.
Like people will really fight for their excuses. Like I've watched it with my own eyes. People don't respect things that they don't pay for.
Oh yeah, that's
'Cause,
absolutely.
yeah, once I became like a provider, I'm like, I'm putting everybody on. I'm giving my friends free stuff, you know? And then you could see it. I've even bought friends printers, like for real.
Sounds good, right?
Watch them not do anything with it. And no offense to my friends, of course, but it's like the people who pay me the most are the people who have definitely been the most active. Like there's somebody in my community, her name is Anita. She bought like a lifetime a membership. She moves. She just bought like a fingerprint machine and she doesn't need like a lot of conversation. She's like me. She's like, okay, I want to do it here. And she and like her business does great. So action taker, not too much of a thinker.
Okay.
And people who are not doing too many different things. I feel like that is downfall of a lot of notaries because a lot of notaries are people who take action, but they're like serial hustlers. You know, I do this, I do this, I do this, I do this, and nothing could really get wings on it because you do too many things.
Serial starters, lackluster finishers. So
like a dabbler.
The dabblers.
The dabbler.
For me, so here's something that surprised me. And when I started doing the one-on-one coaching again, I realized this. People have huge egos.
Oh, do they? Yeah.
And not being where you want to be and having an inflated ego is and paying for someone to help you as well. So a lot of people, they would rather do things their way and struggle than to adapt to a new formula. And my advice for anyone seeing this video is if you're not making money, you have a formula problem. It is what it is. You need to drop whatever you have going on and adapt someone else's formula. So overinflated ego is one. So you said too many ventures and limited beliefs. A limited belief.
Yeah, it's honestly the one that was ruining me the most in like the book. Because you can see that, you can hear that. They'll tell you about it. Either they're right or they'll hint at it. And it's like, you know, like that's the thing. But you can't take that out of somebody, honestly. It's like when they're ready to get out of that.
They have to get ready to shed pride, ego, and be willing to have like a clean slate. Okay, I got a clean slate. I'm gonna follow whatever the formula is. Now, I always say after you make some money, get your own formula. But until you get there, adapt the formula. Now, also I'll throw this in there. The free game person. The person the person, and look, I like free game, but people take action more on paid game, right? You typically the person who literally will say, "I'm not paying anybody for it. I'm not buying." I'm like, all right, how's it working? If ChatGPT and YouTube was all you needed, you would be more successful. So those people are the people who kind of stay where they're at. You were at the conference in Texas, Sister Amber. What's that conference called again?
The Empower Notary Summits.
The Empower Notary Summit. What was your vibes there? How was the energy? What are the notaries doing? What do they like about the industry the most?
Amber knows how to throw an event. Like
it looked good.
Credit it. Yeah, I can give credit where credit is due. I've gone to like business events that I leave there pumped. I leave there.
Yes, okay.
But I don't leave there with real game a lot of the time. I leave there with like, I can do anything. I can run through a wall, but like, I don't know how. You know what I mean? But like Amber's giving like real deal, her secrets. She has other people coming in, giving their secrets, and her community is very like tight knit in a way that I don't think I can replicate something like.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm very confident in my abilities to do Monet's. Yeah, but like she has something going on where it's like they believe in Amber so tough, and Amber really provides them with their money's worth week after week after week. That by the time they get there, it's like they're ready to help everybody else.
Wow.
But these people are so ready to listen as well. I don't know how to replicate something like that, and I haven't seen too many events replicate something like that where it doesn't feel like a pitch fest. Like everybody's here to sell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
That is really game. Like it's a lot of game. Not too many people are there to sell something. You know they have something to sell.
Yeah.
But they're not selling you there. To buy it. You know what I mean?
That's the best way to sell.
Yeah.
That-
Exactly.
So, what are most of them focused on? Over all the above, is the wills, POAs, apostilles.
Apostilles are where a lot of people are enjoying themselves. A lot really like the apostilles. And to be honest, you were the first person I ever saw talk about apostilles ever. It was like around the time I had the fingerprint course, I took the apostille one and I was like, I ain't doing that. Anyway, like brushed it off. And now I'm like, dang, I would have been hot by now if I took it seriously because I'm starting to like it too.
So the thing with apostilles is a lot of people think it's over their head. Now there are extra steps involved, right? There's a couple extra steps, but it's nothing too crazy. If you could do a friggin' 200-page loan closing packet, you could do a friggin' apostille.
My problem all of these years was like, it cannot be that easy.
And it is.
And it is. And it is.
It's such a high ROI. My employee Winston, he works with a top-rated law firm in the world. He made $15K with them. He minimum has everything. $15K with just the firm, and that was of last week. I don't know where he's at with it now.
Right.
That's of last week. Yeah, apostilles and fingerprinting and estate planning. So
that too, actually. They like estate planning a lot. Apparently, a lot of people don't like loans like that. Estate planning and apostilles, everybody was like, that is their bag. And they were interested in fingerprinting. But they're really gung-ho about apostilles and estate planning, like hard.
I'm glad we've arisen because I hate the term general. Have I ever told you that I hate the term general notary?
No, I never know you didn't like that.
Hate it. I hate it because it puts loan closing on the hill, the hierarchy of I'm so supreme, and everything else is something separate. And why are you calling it that?
I'm not gonna lie, I felt the same way. I was like, okay, loan signing agents, they have their own name, and wills and all that. And now
it's like this supremacy thing, like, it ain't that, man.
Yeah.
So if somebody called you to notarize a will and POA like at Georgetown University Hospital, like, would you even do it now, or you
pass it on? Yeah, I just ask somebody in the community, do they want to do it? Even ask for a cut, I just be like, y'all just do it. It's the staying awake at night part that kind of bothers me. Like fingerprinting, I do the work, you leave, and it's really done.
It's done.
Someone could come down like 15 years down the line and be like, you ruined my life. You notarized this wrong. And I got anxiety. Like stuff like that really bothers me.
But yeah, that is funny. All right. So if anyone watching this today, let's say 2015, they say, Dre, I see you talking about the fingerprinting program, the ink joints. Do people still need the ink? Is it still liable? What would you tell them?
Ink and roll would never die because you can't live scan for a state that you're not physically inside of, except for Florida. So it's like if I am in California, I can't get live scanned in California for the state of California. For the state of Virginia. I would have to mail fingerprint cards to Virginia so they could scan it in. So ink and roll will always be in demand. And because of the online work phenomenon, any state that you're licensed in, even if you're not physically there, you have to submit fingerprints to that state. So you have to mail cards over there. And that's why sometimes people come in and they're like, I need 20 cards because they have all these different states they're licensed in.
What's been your biggest one-off appointment with ink, as you call it, ink and roll?
My biggest one-off? I made like 1,000 some change that day.
That was one appointment. So many opportunities to make. Let's say someone's starting out. They're starting out. They hear us. They're excited. They're like, I want to start. 3 services should I start with? What would you tell them?
Oh, that's easy. That's like one of my favorite questions. So it'd definitely be apostilles because it doesn't actually cost anything. You just actually have to know what you're doing. You don't need a printer. You don't need anything. You could literally middleman that whole thing and you'd be okay because they'd have to mail you or email you the documents. You know what I mean? Would definitely be apostilles, then ink fingerprinting because that is the cheapest startup in my opinion. And there's no time like to become a notary in general. There's probably like a week or 2 you have to wait. There's no buffer. Like once you get the supplies, you're good. And then I would say estate planning.
I'm sleeping now. Okay.
I have seen the light on that.
You see the light? Okay.
Yeah, blew it, but I have seen the light on it.
Shout out to the light charging. Oh, that's the other thing that holds you back. People feel that I don't want to charge that much. No one's gonna pay me. Now, cheap and being on the come up are two different things in my world. All right. So being on the come up, fighting back, going through something, that's different. Cheap, I don't want to spend them. Cheap people think everybody else is cheap. So they think I wouldn't pay. Why would somebody pay me? You see that holding notaries and fingerprint technician or apostille agents back.
Big time. And they don't see it as a high value because it's pitched as such a side hustle that people do not see it for what it actually is. Like it's a literal necessity. People do it on the side, but like literally nothing moves. Like that's been like my philosophy for people trying to get into business. Pick something mandatory. They don't have a choice. They have to get that notarized. They have to get that fingerprinted. Are they going to choose you? That's a conversation, but they can not get it done. Like you don't have to be good at sales or marketing for something somebody has to have. You know,
I'm not even on my website. I've never been on my website.
Yeah, I just now put me on my website. The first 6 years of it, I was not on there.
You do not have to be, you could be an introvert, you don't have to be a public figure. You just have to be findable. Ron, online notarizations. How do you feel about it?
I like it. I like it a lot. I won't do it, but I like it. I like it as a business model a lot because you can do people around the world. And in my experience, because I'm fingerprinting and apostilling so many people who move overseas, they don't want to fly back to get something notarized.
No,
so they're like, do you do the electronic notary thing? And I'd be like, no, but I know somebody who does, and I just pass it off. But a lot of people don't want to go to get something notarized, and they'll pay that little bit of extra for convenience.
I have a friend, she was in Turkey. She sold her house in Vegas, and she used an online notary. One more question for you, Brother Gene. Your favorite top 3 marketing strategies or ways to get clients?
Google, for sure.
Ads or the free one, or both?
The free one. I've never run an ad in my life.
You never ran ads?
I'm a bit scared of it. I'm like, I'm going to burn my money. I don't get it. I don't understand it.
Okay. So
Just never run an ad ever.
And you on a low end, you're doing at least what, 6, 8, 10 a month?
Yeah, around 7. 7 is like a bad month, but I can
7's a bad month.
count on 7.
Count on 7 a month. No ad. Okay. All right. Next.
I'm a good relationshiper. So I'm really like getting in the convo. It's like if anybody's involved in the transaction at all, I'm very good at like, I need to talk to them kind of deal.
I would call that soft skills. You have great soft skills.
Yeah. Like being likable does get you. That's it. Yeah. And I know how to shut up. So like people just like to talk.
So a combination. Like you know how to shut up.
Exactly. And then a good CRM. I know that doesn't count as like a marketing strategy, but like, I have like notes on anybody I'm talking about under like their contact name. So I'm very good at that. And it's like my website is set up like a web, like the moment you interact with me, you pretty much can't get rid of me. So until you tell me to stop. So it's like, I'm very good at like the follow up.
Do you build CRMs for other notaries?
I have something called like a snapshot. So it's pretty much you can copy and paste my entire setup to your business. You just brand it to your business.
How much is that?
It's free in my community if you want it.
All right. Community is called
Notary New School.
Notary News. How often do you guys meet?
We meet. Kristen is more so the live person. So she like goal setting meetups and stuff like that. Sometimes we have guests on there. It's probably like bi-weekly-ish. But a lot of the stuff is like things I was tired of answering. So it's like, here, that is right there. Please do not talk to me.
And as you study
like, are your DMs like flooded every time you post a video?
Not like they once were. YouTube. I had more transaction going on YouTube than it. But my comment section, a lot of people tell me that you can't make money. That's popular.
Yeah, I do get that one a lot.
That is popular. But YouTube, a lot of people have a lot of interaction on YouTube, and the questions are the same. And if I can, my goal, James, is to give you, let's get you to a job. Let's get you stamp something. You will see. We can figure out everything else after that. Let's get you to the table. Let's get someone to hit your Square account, and you go and you do the job, and let's see where it goes from there.
I feel like it's like in your blood. I feel like the person who's like entrepreneurial, when that first "this was my own money" hits,
it's like, this is a whole different life. So I used to take me all day to make $100, literally all day, 16 hours, and now it's. You mentioned Kristen. She is the apostille lady.
She is the Ron lady. She makes
Ron lady. Okay,
1,000 a month. what's worth.
Damn. Okay. Shout out the community, man. Shout out to the community. Shout out to you, Gene, for being amazing, for shedding light. We appreciate your time, brother. Any encouraging words for our listeners?
I have like a odd standpoint on like the entrepreneur thing because it can really run you into the ground. So I like to really have people be like, this is hard. Like this is very hard. Everybody knows things that are worth it are hard. Like it's hard to get into the NFL. It's hard to get to the body you want. There's a lot of content online where it's like, this is easy, this is easy, this is easy. It is simple. I don't think it's difficult, but it does take a certain type of person, I think. So I feel like if you get in and you feel like you can do the work, you have that faith in yourself, and you come in knowing it's hard, then you are the person for that. And like the rewards, I haven't worked a job in years. When they were firing people because they wouldn't take the vaccine, I didn't have to do that. So many people are qualified for jobs right now. They can't find one. Nobody can fire me. Like it is very, very rewarding. I'm living a great life at a very young age.
Shout out to Jimmy.
Running your business for the people that is for. If you believe in yourself long enough, you just keep pushing. Like it really, really, really is worth it. That beginning part sucks, but it is not worth it once you get the ball rolling.
Gene, we appreciate you, brother. I'll holler at you soon.
For sure, for sure. Thanks for having me on, man.